If you run ads to generate sales appointments for your company and for your sales team, then there's 3 types of ads that you must have in your ad account at all times if you want to maximize your conversions while decreasing your costs. Typically, most businesses run 1 or 2 types of these ads, and that's why they're leaving a bunch of money on the table. But if you watch this video, I'll talk about all 3, and even if some are going to be familiar to you, I'll still talk about the nitty-gritty detail about each type of ad and how you can improve already what you have, plus add something extra. And in case you're wondering who I am and how I know all of this stuff, my name is Nazim. I'm a marketing consultant, and in the last 10 years, I've made my clients over $40 million in sales, and I've obviously ran millions and millions of dollars in Meta ads, which stands for Facebook and Instagram. But the 3 types of ads I'm going to talk about are applicable to you also if you run, for example, TikTok ads, Google, YouTube ads, maybe even LinkedIn ads. So without any further ado, let's get started. And one more forward before we get started, I typically recommend an 80-20 rule when it comes to the kinds of ads on your ad account. I recommend that 80% of your ads are video ads, and then you top them off with maybe 20% of image ads, some carousel ads, but 80% of your ads should be video. And in case you're wondering what that looks like, I'll also show you some examples of ads, how they look, how they're typically recorded, and the entire shebang that goes along with it. So without any further ado, let's jump onto my share screen, and I'll start by talking about the first kind of video ads that you should totally have in your ad account. And the first one is actually going to be very simple. It's going to be offer ads. Offer ads are quite simple. They go anywhere between 90 and 120 seconds, and they're most typically front-facing the camera. If you're wondering what that looks like, we can look at this ad, for example. I became the number. Mute it real quick, but this is it. We see Jeremy Miner, who is a sales trainer, is front-facing the camera and talks into the camera. It's that simple. The call to action here for these types of offers, the CTA call to action, is to basically go to the next page. It's that simple, right? You're not giving any other call to action. Now, if you'd like to know the best script, video ad script for these types of offer ads, then I'm going to pin a video at the end of this video on the exact script that guys like Jeremy Miner and other heavy hitters in the internet marketing space are using. You can literally copy paste that script and paste it into your business. But as far as offer ads go, 90 to 120 seconds. Typically, the ad that I just showed you goes on for 1 minute 50 seconds, which is almost 2 minutes. The CTA is to go to the next page. And one more ninja trick here is that I'll put like a tip here. It's not just one ad that you should record. You should record an ad with multiple hooks, say 5 to 7 hooks. Now, what hooks stand for is basically how you typically start or begin the ad, because if you divide the ad into 3 parts, which is the hook or the opener, the body, and then the bottom is the call to action, what you want to do is you want to create a similar body and call to action, but then the hooks should be different. So if your entire ad, let's say, takes 2 minutes and the body and the call to action takes 90 seconds, maybe even a bit more than that, and the hooks usually last anywhere between 10 to 20, 25 seconds, you should record different hooks and then attach those different hooks to the same rest of the video, which is the body and the call to action. And this is how you can pump out tons of interesting ads by not having to record the same ad 5 to 7 times over. But it's absolutely important to do different hooks because, as you can imagine, look, people might use your services or your products for different reasons. If you're a sales trainer, for example, and you work with struggling sales reps, well, guess what? They might be struggling for different reasons. Some of them might have fear to even pick up the phone and start calling, while the rest can have problems with objection handling, right? So there can be different reasons for why your methodology or how your methodology can help people. And for that reason, you should come up with 5, 7 different hooks. And that's really important especially because Meta, which is Facebook, Instagram, has released a new update, which is called Andromeda, and it basically rewards advertisers that have the most ad creatives on their ad account. So gone are the days when you could just record one ad and run it for years. You need to keep up diversity and pretty much record and create new ads every month. I'm talking 5 to 6 different video ads every month. The good thing is you can bang them out in literally 2 hours if you just pre-write the script, hit record, and that's it. You have your ads, and it took you only 2 hours per month to record them. Now, the second type of ad that you should run on your ad account, and this is something that not a lot of people talk about, are called content ads. Now, content ads, they look like typical native content because it's literally your tidbit-sized content sprinkled on your ad account where you're remarketing to people who've already seen your offer. And because it's content and it mimics native content on people's news feeds, Meta loves that. And in case you're wondering what that looks like, this is what it looks like. I mean, it's not rocket science, guys, here. So let's have a look. Boom. If we click on it. Now, again, as you're going to be watching this, I want you to pay attention because it doesn't look like a typical ad that you saw here. It looks different, and I'm sure you'll notice it.
So I want you to sell me this watch.
Well, I'm not quite sure you would even need the watch. What type of watch is this?
It's a Rolex Presidential.
It's a Rolex. Oh, okay. High-level status here.
As you can see, the video did not start with a hook. It didn't start by him calling out to his audience. It's not even selling anything specifically. But what it does is that most probably retargets people who've already seen Jeremy's offer ads. And what it basically tells people is that, okay, this guy, I've seen his ads, but he keeps popping up on my newsfeed under different contexts. He's talking to different people. He's talking about different concepts. So he's not just one-hit wonder or not just like a random guy trying to sell me one thing on my newsfeed, but he is an influencer or a public persona and is worth listening to. What basically content kind of ads do for your businesses, they build up your clout, they build up your reputation, and they make you look like someone super knowledgeable who's invited to talk to different people, who's talking on different topics. And it's also kind of cool because it also makes you look a lot less needy, because in some of the ads you give a call to action, but in the others you're not giving any call to action. You're just there to share free value, and that's it. So let's go back to my drawing board and let's start it. So we're talking content ads. Content ads can be a lot shorter than typical offer ads. They can honestly be anywhere between 45 to 90 seconds, right? Maybe go up to even 120 seconds, so 2 minutes. Now they build clout, right? Or your reputation. It also feeds very well into the Andromeda update, because what Andromeda wants from us is diversity, and it very well does that. Now, one more ninja way how content ads can help you with sales, and this is something I learned from Jeremy Haynes. I hope I write his name correctly. He's got this concept that's called content flywheel, right? And what basically content flywheel does is when someone books a call with you to talk to your sales reps, for example, that triggers a pixel on the back end, and these people, before they even get to attend the sales call, they get put in the special segment, an audience that then gets remarketed with extra content ads to basically increase their buy-in on you as a brand before they ever hop on to have a sales call with you. So for example, let's have a look. Let's create a quick timeline. So if this is our timeline, and let's say you see an ad at this point, and here at this point you decide to basically grab the bait and you book a call. But let's say this happens in like a 2-day period, and you book the call in another, let's say 3 days because you're busy. Let's say this is Monday and you booked a call for Thursday. And what happens in this gap here is basically he plugs in the content flywheel when you start seeing not your typical call to action ads, but you start seeing, again, like the influencer you booked a call with, you start seeing their ads, you start seeing their podcast interviews, you start seeing them talking to their clients about the amazing results that they're getting in the program that you signed up to have a sales chat about. You start seeing how they basically talk on stage. All of this stuff is just created to increase their buy-in into your brand, and that you know your stuff, because like I said, simple offer ads. So just creating this is not enough, guys. Forget about it, right? This is a thing of the past. The modern marketing landscape is very competitive, and you need to basically plug in all sorts of ads that you can get your hands on, and you should get creative. Now, the last type of ads is kind of obvious, which is the testimonial ads, right? Because when people come across your offer or your ads, they ask themselves 3 questions. Number 1, is this content relevant to me for who I am? Let's say if I'm a sales rep and the ad says, hey, sales reps, okay, I can associate with that ad. That's number 1. Number 2, what's in it for me, right? Like, what is it that the ad promises? And if it's relevant to me, if it's something I want to achieve. And number 3, does this actually work? Now, the testimonial part is the essentially kind of content that's going to prove to them or scratch that itch, answer that question if the thing works or not. When it comes to testimonial ads, I like to do side-by-side interviews because sometimes I see people running testimonial ads and they basically put like essentially like someone who's recorded an ad, and then they put that person's face in the ad. But I don't like most often, like let's say if you book a call with me and I take my client and have them hold the phone and record a video ad about me or like a testimonial ad about me, I don't know that person. There's zero association, and I as a prospect wouldn't even know that that person talks about me, right, as the potential service provider. So what I like to do is side-by-side interviews. What that looks on example is like so. Right? This is what it looks like. As you can see, this is my client, and he has a side-by-side interview with his client, and she basically talks about the success in the program. Now, this video ad, I'll be honest with you, is kind of long. It's 9 minutes. What I would much even rather do is distill the video ad until it's 1 minute and put all the highlight reels of the interview in that video ad. But that's one way to do testimonial ads. So let's go back to the drawbar. So side-by-side interview. Then what I like is carousel ads. Right, carousel. This is where you can run image ads, and they can be quotation ads, or there can be a picture of a person, and then obviously them giving a praise and maybe like your logo, so that there's association that this is a testimonial about you. Now, if I have to distribute the amount of ad spend that you want to put into each category here, then what I'm going to say is, first of all, this is going to fall under category of cold traffic. So this ads you're going to run to people that don't know about you. Now this content I would put into remarketing audience. Like I wouldn't run these ads as cold ads or like to people that don't know about me. So what happens is people watch the offer ads and then they get basically sent to a remarketing pool to watch the content and testimonial ads. Now, again, if I'm talking like how much budget you want to distribute, I would say this is where you want to put in 70 to 75% of your budget, maybe even up to 80, but let's say 75. And this is where you want to put 25% of your budget. If I have to create like a division between these, and by the way, you can just put these into one campaign, but if I have to say, this would probably be 15 to 20%, and this would be around 5%, because testimonials are kinds of ads where people don't actually like to even watch them that much, but it's important that they're still there. People love watching content type ads because, again, it's almost like you're watching reels on TikTok, YouTube, or Instagram, and they work very well like that. But that's it, guys. These are the 3 types of ads you should have in your ad account. And let me know down below in the comments which type of ad is new to you that you're going to start utilizing as soon as possible. And like I told you, if you'd like to get your hands on a video script for the offer ads, which are arguably the most important ads you'll ever run on your ad account because they're targeting cold new audiences. If you want a great script for that, you have to click on this video and go watch it now, and I'll see you there.